To mediation, and I would like to congratulate you both on taking the first step of resolving your dispute. My name is Miriam Vidara, and I, along with Marcy Navarro, are your mediators for today. You can call me Miriam, and can you each introduce yourselves, please, starting with Marcy?
Hi, I'm Marcy. I will be your co-mediator today.
My name's Sasha Mejia, but you can call me Sasha.
My name is Dory Saavedra, but you could call me Dory.
Okay, nice to meet you all. Today's mediation will be held through Florida International University's Mediation Division, and this division helps FIU students with any disputes that arise and has been doing so since 2001. Marcy and I have been mediators at FIU's Mediation Division for 5 years now and have helped many students like yourselves. And just to confirm, Sasha, are you able to negotiate today and have the abilities to make any decisions during today's mediation?
Yes, I can negotiate and make my decisions.
Okay, and Dory, can you also negotiate and make any decisions during today?
Yes, I can negotiate and make any decision.
Okay, good. Although you both have been referred to mediation by your residential advisor, please remember that this session is voluntary and my goal is to help. Well, me and Marcy's goal is to help you both resolve your dispute. By no means are either of you forced to resolve this dispute today. Sasha and Dory, both of you will be in charge of agreeing to a resolution in today's case. Marcy and I cannot make that agreement for you. My job, as well as Marcy's, is to help you both understand each other's perspectives better in order to reach an agreement today. And during today's mediation, Marcy and I will be performing what's called a caucus. Caucus are private meetings where we will break you out into a Zoom room with both of you individually for a short period of time. And I will now pass the opening statement over to Marcy.
Should both of you resolve today, please remember it will be a binding or permanent decision. You can seek outside legal advice if you believe you have any legal questions or doubts about today. Just as a reminder, I cannot provide either of you with legal advice. As a mediator, I'm neutral, meaning I do not have any favoritism towards either of you. I will treat you both fairly and equally during today's session, and I am not an attorney or judge and will not have a bias towards either of you. Any information you both provide to me today will be confidential. I cannot speak on your behalf, so any information you wish to provide to each other will have to come from you. The only expectation to my confidentiality is Florida Statute Section 44.405, which states that is willfully used to plan a crime, commit or attempt to commit a crime, conceal ongoing criminal activity, or create or threaten violence. I will be taking notes during today's session. The purpose of these notes is to make sure we both fully understand each other's position. I will destroy the notes at the end of today's session. The only thing that will be reported is whether we settle during today's mediation. This report will be made to your resident advisor as well as the mediation department's bookkeeper. I'll go over some general rules for today's session now. First, please make sure your phone is off or silenced. You will both allow each other to speak without being interrupted. If you have any additional information you want to add once it's your turn to speak, please write it down and I will address your concerns shortly thereafter. I want both of you to be honest during today's session. Being honest will allow me to better understand the dispute and help you both reach an agreement. Finally, there will be no rude or snide comments to be made about each other or others. Our goal is to maintain a respectful environment for today's session. Since we are using an online platform for today's mediation, please make sure your cameras are on and microphones are on mute, except when it's your turn to speak. Please make sure you're both in a private space where you can speak freely. In addition, please use a private internet connection to ensure privacy and confidentiality. If you have any questions, please use the raise hand feature at the bottom of your screens. Do you both agree to the ground rules I just listed?
Yes, I agree.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. If anyone decides they need a break during today's session, please let me know. We can pause for a quick break if needed. There are no time constraints on my end during this mediation. As a reminder, please do not allow I'm sorry. As a reminder, time constraints do not allow enough time for us to review all issues and to create an effective mediation session. Do either of you have any time constraints which can limit the time we have during today's session?
No, I do not have any time constraints.
I don't have any either.
Okay, now that I've covered everything, do either of you have any questions? Are we able to begin the session?
For the breaks, are we allowed to have our cameras off?
Yes, you're allowed to have your cameras off for the breaks.
And if we somehow don't meet an agreement at the end of this, what will be the next action?
Well, Marcy and I are both hoping to help you both settle today, but if you guys don't, we will just let the housing department know and they will decide how to proceed with this situation.
Dory, did you have any questions?
I didn't have any questions.
Okay, now that we're ready to begin, since your residential advisor referred you here today, we'll start in alphabetical order. Sasha, can you tell us about the situation from your point of view, please?
So it all started because of a party that we went to. Our first party that we had ended up at, we were drinking, multiple people were drinking, including me and Dory. But unfortunately, I think that Dory might have had too many drinks to where something happened and we were all taking pictures. Everyone was on their phones recording, but there was a picture taken of me hugging two guys with two beverages in my hand, and they were posted at the end of the night. Unfortunately, I didn't realize because as soon as I got home, I went to sleep. We've been friends since high school. We are freshmen, but I didn't want that picture to be posted to me. So as soon as I woke up, as someone else would like as people would expect, a bunch of people were bashing me and saying all this stuff, and it became a huge situation just because the picture was posted. People were calling me names and saying rude comments. So it became a bigger issue than it needed to be. And then people were also saying that Dory was also saying comments about me, as well as saying stuff like I was too drunk and I got carried away, which I don't believe I was because I remember everything, including the picture. I just didn't want it to be out there. So I got upset, and I also saw her in the hallway a couple days later, and I smacked her in the face and she threw coffee at me. I think that all of this is her fault from posting that picture, and I think that all of the pictures need to be taken down, and so did the comments.
Okay, thank you, Sasha, for sharing. Dory, can you please provide us with your point of view now?
Yeah, so me and Sasha, we were pretty close friends from high school, and we were so close that we decided to go to the same college. And we live in the same building. We were just being regular freshmen in college and at a party, getting drunk. And I love to like take pictures in the moment of anything that I think is funny that we want to like remember as we graduate and stuff. And I saw her, having a good time. She was also drunk, and she was hugging two guys and holding a beer. And I just took a picture of her because I thought it was funny and I didn't think it was such a big deal. And I did post it. There were a whole bunch of comments that honestly, like, I can't really control who comments on what. Everything's public on social media. So I can't really take control of that, of like the mean or like sexual comments that were made. Um, but yeah, after all that, after I took a picture, I didn't really think it was a big deal. And then she also, as like retaliation, she also started posting pictures about me and talking about all my stories that happened when I was in high school, and like all of my embarrassing stories of when I got in trouble and stuff. And my parents are in that same Facebook group that she was talking in, and they saw everything as well. So she brought up a whole bunch of stuff from my past, and just a whole bunch of comments and everything started spewing out. And yeah, when I saw her in the hallway, she physically attacked me and she slapped me and she was calling me names. So then I threw my coffee on her as like defense. But yeah, and then the residence officer saw everything, and that's why we're here now.
Thank you, Dory. Could you just let us know what your demand in order to settle today's mediation would be?
I really just want Sasha to apologize for assaulting me and for also posting the things that my parents didn't need to know about. I do really want to stay in the residence, so I kind of just want to come to an agreement. Um, and I just need everything, like all the negativity to stop so that we can continue our college career.
Okay, thank you, Dory and Sasha, for both sharing. So now that Marcy and I have a better understanding of the problems that brought you here today to mediation, I'm going to try and summarize them in the form of an agenda. So it looks like the main issue today appears to be how can Dory meet the goal of wanting an apology, while at the same time, Sasha meets her goal of getting a picture deleted off of Facebook. Is that correct?
Yes, I would like the picture deleted as well as the comments.
Okay. Dory, is that correct?
Yes, I like the same thing as well, everything being deleted off social media.
Okay, so as of right now, we are going to break into a caucus. So I will start with Sasha first. So, Dory, we will now break out into the room. Okay, hello, Sasha. How are you?
Good in you.
Good, thank you. So, um, I know Dory mentioned that her parents saw the comments and everything. Did your parents see anything of the situation that was happening?
Yes, so it got back to my family because Dory does know my family. We've known each other since high school, so it was something that also brought my family into it. My mom has very strict, and Dory has known me long enough to know how my mom is. We've actually had a high school senior event where we were both drinking at, and we both got in trouble to the point where my mom even called her mom. So she does know how my parents are, and posting that she should have been aware. And I'm more upset about the fact that she wasn't thinking about me and our friendship or how my parents would react. So I felt like it was unfair to me. And especially without asking me or clearly being in the right mindset, she said we were both drunk. I was drinking, but I was not drunk. I remember everything and I was clearly okay to know it was wrong. And I don't know why she wouldn't be clearly okay to know it was wrong as well. So I would just honestly want the pictures removed, the comments removed, and honestly, I would want her to apologize to my parents.
Okay. So, do do you think your friendship did was hurt by this dispute between the two of you?
Honestly, the friendship, I've been friends with her for a while and I can get past this friendship wise. I'm more upset at the situation more than us becoming not friends. I'm okay with us being friends past this as long as we agree to removing this stuff and taking it down and her apologizing to my parents because I feel like her knowing me, she should have at least known that this was going to be wrong. Um, but I'm not upset at her. I'm just upset at what she did.
Okay. All right. So, it sounds like you just want everything deleted and you want a apology to your parents. Would you also want a personal apology, or would that apology just be extended to your parents?
If she can apologize to me as well as my parents just together as a whole, I would be okay with that.
Okay. And would you want this to be a public apology? Do you think it being a private apology would stop you from settling today, or what are your thoughts on that?
I still believe that she should apologize to me publicly.
Mhm.
Um, I wasn't gonna take it that far until I knew what her decision was gonna be, but truthfully, she should be apologizing to me publicly since she decided to take everything public. So that's how I feel.
Okay. All right. So we have your demand written down. When we break back into our main room, you can let Dory know what your demand is. And in the meantime, while I caucus with Dory, just think about whether or not you would be open to instead accepting a private apology in case that's a deal breaker for Dory in order for us to reach a settlement today.
Okay.
Okay, and I will now go ahead and caucus with Dory. Thank you, Sasha. So let me go ahead and get Dory.
Hello.
Okay. Hello, Dory. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, during your initial storytelling, it sounded like you wanted an apology to your parents just based off of the comments that were made. Is that correct?
Yeah, I would for sure want an apology for my
Oh,
parents.
okay. Would you also want a apology from Sasha herself to you, or would you just want a apology to your parents?
No, I want both. I feel like I deserve an apology for the things that she was posting about my past, as well as for like physically assaulting me. I think that really took it like a step further. So I would for sure want a private apology, and just like a conversation with her, to kind of try to get past this, or like just try to be cordial or something like that. But yeah, I for sure expect an apology.
Okay, and would you be willing to give Sasha and her parents an apology?
I think yes, I am. Again, like I just want to be past this and just continue being cordial, or even try to rekindle our friendship after this. So I'm totally open to apologizing to Sasha and her parents. I can see kind of the wrong in what I did, but she also did retaliate in a very like immature way that this none of this would have happened, honestly, if she didn't retaliate that way and if she didn't post all those things. So yeah, I could apologize, yes.
Okay, so it sounds like your friendship is hurt by this, or you're hurt at the fact that this happened and you guys are in a friendship. Would um would it be a deal breaker if Sasha were to give you a public or private apology? Do you have a preference that would create a deal breaker in this situation, or
Me personally, I really wouldn't be open to doing a public apology. This just more because she took things physical. We could have handled this like adults, like people who are in college. So since she took it to that stage, like I don't really want to do a public apology, especially because her concerns are to take everything off social media. So why would you want me to go back on social media and just start this whole thing? Also, I think it would be kind of embarrassing on my part because everyone saw that she slapped me. So I would kind of look a little, like I would be embarrassed to get slapped and then have to apologize to her in front of everyone.
okay, and that is understood. But would you be willing to delete at least the post that was made and any relating comments that you might have posted about the situation?
Yes, I would. If she would do the same, I would also delete everything. So just keep it cordial, basically.
Okay, so I'm going to break us now into the main room. Thank you, Dory. And in the main room, you guys will just discuss your guys' demands now since they have been updated since your original storytelling. So if we could just get Sasha back in the room, please. Okay, so starting with Sasha, what would be your updated demand for today's mediation?
I would like a public apology as well as an apology to my parents and the post taken down as well as the comments.
Okay, and Dory, what would your updated demand be as well?
Um, I want her to apologize to me directly for physically assaulting me and for posting all those things. I would also like an apology to my parents and for all the posts and comments to be taken down.
Okay, so it sounds like both of you are on the same page about getting everything removed from social media. I think the only issue we have right now is figuring out whether it would be a public or private apology that would be made. I would like to remind the two of you that both of you are still freshmen, so you're still fresh at the school. as well as both of you mentioning earlier that you guys also need the housing here. So, would you guys either be open to giving each other a private apology to both your parents and to each other?
I'd be open to a private apology as long as she does apologize to me and my parents. And I will do the same to her and her parents. I'm okay with that.
Okay, Dory, would you agree to a private apology to Sasha's parents and to Sasha as well as her giving your parents a private apology as well as yourself?
Yeah, if she's willing to apologize to me and my parents, I'm willing to do the same
Okay,
privately.
okay, so it sounds like everyone's on the same page about um removing everything from social media as well as giving each other private apologies to each other as well as your parents. So it sounds like we have reached an agreement today. I will go ahead and pull up the settlement agreement. This is just a rough draft that we have, and we will go ahead and fill this out together during today's session. Just give me one moment. Okay, so can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so we will begin with the first one. We agree that a private apology will be issued from Sasha to Dory. Okay, so that is the first clause. Is that something that everyone is in agreement with?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on, we agreed that a private apology will be issued from Sasha to Dory's parents. Is this also something that we can agree to today?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so moving on, we agreed a private apology will be issued from Dory to Sasha. Is this another clause we can agree to as well?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
And the next one will be, we agree that a private apology will be issued from Dory to Sasha's parents. Again, is this something we can also agree to?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now we are going to move on to the removal of anything from social media. We agree that Sasha will remove any negative posts or comments made about Dory. Can we agree to this clause?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so next will be we agree that Dory will remove any negative posts or comments made about Sasha. Is this also something that we can agree to?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we will now do you guys know of a certain time frame that you guys would need in order to have all of this done? It's not I don't think it would be that difficult, but do you guys think 2 weeks would be suffice for both of you to remove everything as well as provide each other apologies?
I will have everything done by this week.
Okay, what about you, Dory?
I also feel like it should be in a week. I should have everything done in a week as well.
Okay.
I feel as though maybe we can have the post taken down by today and the conversations with each other and our parents privately, maybe we can play on our own time
Okay.
within this week.
So would you guys be open to the clause saying that everything should be removed from social media within 24 hours instead of end of the day?
Yes.
I agree to that, yes.
Okay, so we agree that Dory and Sasha will remove the negative posts and comments within 24 hours. Is this something that we can agree to?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so moving on, number 8. This will be for the apology. We agree that the apologies will be issued within 1 week of today. So let's see, if today is July 7th, a week from today would be July 14th. 1 week of today, July 14th. Is this something that we can agree to?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and we will also create a clause in case the parties do either of you end up not complying. So what is something that you guys would want to see if you guys if one of you didn't comply with the request? Would you want this reported to the residential advisor or housing to see how they want to proceed? Or
If I comply, which I will be complying, and she does not, I do want it to go to the residential housing management